Welcome back to my channel Celeb Buzz. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. He sits alone in the quiet of a dimly lit room. The world outside is loud, restless, always moving. But inside, there is only the soft hum of memory. 83 years. A lifetime of stories. A face the world knows. Carved by time, by laughter, by loss. Harrison Ford. The man who ran from boulders, who flew the Millennium Falcon, who searched for lost relics and found himself in the hearts of millions. But tonight, he is just a man. Old, perhaps, but not finished. He once said he would. Never retire. Not because he couldn't. Not because he needed the money, or the fame, or the applause. But because, in his own words, they need old people to play old people's parts. It sounds simple, almost funny. But beneath those words lies a truth that is both haunting and beautiful. Hollywood is a place that worships youth. It chases after the new, the fresh, the unwrinkled. But time is a river that spares no one. Even the brightest stars grow old. Some fade away, quietly, their names whispered only in the credits of old films. Others fight against the tide, desperate to hold on to what was. But Harrison Ford, he stands in the current, unafraid. He lets the years wash over him. He wears his age like a badge, not a burden. There is a kind of courage in that. It's the courage to be seen, to be vulnerable. Let the world watch as you change, as you slow down, as you become something different. It's not less, just different. He knows the roles have changed. He is no longer the young adventurer, the reckless pilot, the romantic hero. Now, he is the wise mentor, the weary father, the man who has seen too much and survived. And he plays these parts not with regret, but with a quiet pride, because every wrinkle tells a story. Every scar is a memory. Every line on his face is a lesson learned, a battle fought, a love lost or found. And in a world that tries so hard to hide from age, Harrison Ford reminds us that there is beauty in growing old. There is power in experience. There is dignity in simply being who you are, but it isn't always easy. There are days when the body aches, when the lines in the mirror seem deeper, when the world feels like it's moving on without you. There are moments of doubt, of fear, of wondering if you still matter, if the world still needs you, if you still have something to give. And then the call comes. Another script, another story, another chance to step into the light. To become someone else, and yet to bring all of yourself to the role. To show the world that old age is not the end of the story. It is just another chapter. It's one filled with wisdom, with pain, with hope. He remembers the first time he stood in front of a camera. The nerves, the excitement, the sense that anything was possible. The world was wide open, and he was just a young man with a dream, standing in the glow of the studio lights, not knowing what the future would hold. He remembers the way his heart pounded in his chest, the way his hands trembled, just a little. The way he tried to hide his fear behind a crooked smile. He remembers the director's voice, calm and steady, telling him to just be himself. And for a moment, he believed that was enough. He remembers the first time someone called him a star. It was a word that felt too big, too heavy, too impossible. He was just Harrison, just a carpenter who got lucky, just a man trying to make a living. But suddenly, people were looking at him differently. Suddenly, he was more than just a face in the crowd. He was someone people recognized, someone people wanted to know, someone people wanted to be. The first time a fan asked for his autograph, he laughed, thinking it was a joke, but it wasn't. It was the beginning of something he could never have imagined. He remembers the first time he realized that his life would never be the same. It was a quiet moment, alone in his apartment, looking out at the city lights. He understood, in that instant, that everything had changed. The world would always see him as someone else, as Han Solo, as Indiana Jones, as a hero, a legend, a symbol of adventure and courage. But beneath it all, he was still just a man. Still searching, still hoping, still afraid. And now, all these years later, he still feels that same spark, that same hunger, that same need to create, to connect, to matter. The world has changed around him. The faces are different, the stories are new, but the feeling is the same. The thrill of stepping into a new role, of becoming someone else, of losing himself in the magic of storytelling. It is a feeling that never grows old, no matter how many years pass. He knows that one day, the calls will stop. The scripts will dry up, or the world will move on, as it always does. New stars will rise, new stories will be told, and the spotlight will shift to someone else. Okay? But until that day comes, he will keep going. Not because he has to, not because he needs the money, or the fame, or the applause, but because he wants to, because he loves it. Because it is who he is. He believes that every story deserves to be told, even the ones about old men who have seen too much, who have lost too much, who have lived too long. Especially those stories, because those are the stories that matter. The stories of survival, of resilience, of hope in the face of despair. The stories of people who have loved and lost, who have fallen and gotten back up, who have faced the darkness and found the light. The stories that remind us that we are not alone, because in the end, we are all just stories. We are the sum of our memories, our choices, our regrets. We're the heroes and the villains, the lovers and the fighters, the dreamers and the broken. We are the laughter and the tears, the triumphs and the failures, the moments that define us and the moments we wish we could forget. And if we are lucky, we get to share those stories with the world. We get to leave something behind, something that matters. Harrison Ford is not afraid of growing old. He is not afraid of the end. He is only afraid of not living, of not trying, of not giving everything he has until there is nothing left to give. He knows that time is a thief, that it takes from us the things we love most, our youth, our strength, our dreams. But it also gives us something in return: wisdom, perspective, gratitude, the ability to see the beauty in the ordinary, the courage to face the unknown, the grace to let go. He has learned that life is not about holding on to the past, but about embracing the present, about finding joy in the simple things: a quiet morning, a shared laugh, a moment of connection. He has learned that true greatness is not measured by fame or fortune, but by the lives we touch, the hearts we heal, the love we give. He has learned that the most important stories are not the ones we tell about ourselves, but the ones we inspire in others. He knows that every wrinkle on his face is a memory, every scar a lesson, every gray hair a story of survival. He has seen the world change around him, watched as friends and colleagues have come and gone, as the spotlight has shifted from one generation to the next. He has felt the weight of time, the ache in his bones, the slowing of his step. He has never let it stop him. He has never let it define him. Instead, he has chosen to keep moving forward, to keep searching for meaning, for purpose, for connection. He has chosen to keep showing up even when it would be easier to walk away. He has chosen to keep telling stories, to keep sharing his truth, to keep giving everything he has to the craft he loves, because he knows that the world still needs old people to play old people's parts. The world still needs stories of hope, of courage, of redemption. The world still needs him. He remembers the days when he was young, when the world seemed endless, when every door was open and every dream was possible. He remembers the thrill of adventure, the rush of success, the joy of discovery. But he also remembers the pain of loss, the sting of failure, the heartbreak of saying goodbye. He remembers the moments of doubt, the nights of loneliness, the times when he wondered if it was all worth it. And through it all, he has learned that life is not about the destination, but about the journey. It is about the people we meet along the way, the lessons we learn, the love we give and receive. It is about finding meaning in the everyday, about making a difference in the lives of others, about leaving the world a little better than we found it. He has learned that true greatness is not about being remembered, but about being present, about showing up even when it's hard, about giving your best even when no one is watching, about loving deeply even when it hurts. He has learned that the most important stories are not the ones that make headlines, but the ones that touch hearts, the stories that inspire us to be better, to do better, to live more fully. And so, he keeps going. He keeps showing up. he keeps telling stories. Because he knows that the world still needs him. And maybe, just maybe, the world still needs you too. Maybe you're watching this and you feel the weight of time pressing down on you. Maybe you feel like your best days are behind you, like the world has moved on, like you have nothing left to give. But Harrison Ford's story is a reminder that it's never too late. That every day is a new opportunity to make a difference, to touch a life, to tell a story that matters. Maybe you're young and you think you have all the time in the world. Maybe you're chasing dreams, running from fears, searching for your place in the world. Harrison's journey is a reminder that life is precious, that time is fleeting, that every moment counts. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't waste a single day. Live fully, love deeply, give everything you have, because in the end, we are all just stories. We are the sum of our memories, our choices, our regrets. We are the heroes and the villains, the lovers and the fighters, the dreamers and the broken. We are the laughter and the tears, the triumphs and the failures, the moments that define us and the moments we wish we could forget. And if we are lucky, we get to share those stories with the world. We get to leave something behind, something that matters. Harrison Ford is not afraid of growing old, is not afraid of the end. He is only afraid of not living, of not trying, of not giving everything he has until there is nothing left to give. He knows that time is a thief, but he also knows that it is a gift. Okay, a gift to be cherished, to be used wisely, to be shared with others. So as you watch this, ask yourself, what story do you want to tell? What legacy do you want to leave? What difference do you want to make? The world still needs stories of hope, of courage, of redemption. The world still needs you. If this story moved you, if it made you think, if it made you feel, please like this video. Subscribe to Celeboo's for more untold stories, more hidden truths, more journeys through the lives of the legends we love. And tell us in the comments, what does growing old mean to you? What story do you want to leave behind? Your voice matters. Your story matters. Thank you for watching.